Oh, they counting on me. I got a stack of bread and you can count it for me. Somebody tweeted me an old freestyle that I did, and he remade it.
With music?
Yeah, with like the actual beat.
No one's ever done that for me. I bet if I went back and looked at my freestyles, I'd be like, maybe I wasn't that good.
Dude, do you remember when we did the Eat the Banana reaction? And we didn't freestyle at all. It was Eat the Banana, Squeezing a Hammer. It was that for like 4 minutes.
Yeah.
And then it was...
I mean, it was still like, is that better than freestyling though?
It probably is.
Yeah.
That makes me realize that a lot of people that go into the studio, like if you listen to a Travis Scott song, like I was listening to it earlier in the car, and like, there's no way he writes. He just goes
I don't
into
think he does right.
Yeah. It's lit.
Yeah.
And then like he probably sits there and has, what is it called when you
Punch in?
Punch in, yeah. He probably punches in and then thinks of the next lyric.
That's
and then
like what every rapper does.
Apparently
now.
that's what every rapper does.
Yeah. Like Lil Baby doesn't write at all. Which is, I just don't understand how they can memorize it. Like, it was crazy. Everyone knows, like, Jay-Z doesn't write anything. But, like, Jay-Z will sit... I don't know if Lil Baby and them are the same way, but, like, Jay-Z would... his old engineer used to say this, that he would, like, sit there, listen to the beat, hum and shit for a few minutes. Yeah. But then he would go in and he would spit, like, a full 16 and not mess up.
See, that's different. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's different than what... like punching in at like what these rappers do nowadays, which is they'll say like one line and it's like play back. Like have you seen? Have I linked you or have you seen Tory Lanez like make a song?
No.
He I think he streams on Twitch, but they're on YouTube. But how he makes a song is like he like listens to the beat a little bit and then he'll like start and it's like he'll just say one sentence and then it's like stop and then it's like all right, buddy. I don't even know what he said. Like all right, like his engineer just knows, like run it back. And it's just he'll say a sentence, run it back.
Wait, even Tory Lanez does it? Like when he's like rapping?
Yeah,
dude, that's crazy. To
Every single bar is run it back, and then he just like tries to find a new line.
Because I forgot about the song "Dream" from Tory Lanez. And living it up, putting it down, sipping the cup, twisting it.
Yeah, no, if you
like all that, he's all punching in. Like he didn't sit down and write that. That's crazy.
The amount of work the engineer probably has to do, the amount of like going back one sentence, like he'll be doing it for like an hour or like 45 minutes, and it's just one sentence at a time. It's literally just one sentence at a time, and it sounds like while you're listening to it.
It like comes together,
but then at the end, like they play it, and it's like holy shit.
Some of Tory Lanez, when Tory Lanez like raps, it's like unreal.
Yeah, it's my favorite Tory Lanez. Who the fuck listens to Tory Lanez like not singing? Rapping?
I mean, he could sing. He can definitely sing.
But I want to put you in 7 position for 70 minutes.
I wonder if all that's punched in too. I wonder if somebody writes his, like for singing rappers. Like I always wonder what about their like singing portions are written by someone else. Oh, we haven't talked about the Drake album.
Lanes, I don't know.
Also, did you listen?
No, we talked about it a little at the end.
Oh yeah, we did.
And I liked it. And you said you hadn't listened to it.
I've listened to it a lot now.
Yeah, that's all I've listened to since it's come out. That's all I've listened to.
Yeah. You didn't listen to the album of the week last week?
No, I did.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. Literally right when I left here, I listened to it. It literally reminded me of growing up around like my dad's family.
Really?
Because they were all like rock and roll, like out by like the campfire and beers and shit everywhere. And how that type of music would just be playing. I don't know what's like the genre for that music.
Well, that's a new band, but they sound a lot like Led Zeppelin.
I didn't know it was a girl.
It's not a girl.
The girl's the main singer, right?
No.
That's not a girl.
No, that's not a girl.
Wait. No, there's no way.
You guys don't know what we're talking about. We're having a weekly album listening party.
Yeah, I got my album for this week too.
Do you?
Yeah.
And
my shit.
last week I did Battle at Garden's Gate by Greta Van Fleet. It's like,
yeah, that's a fucking girl.
It's not a girl.
Greta
Van Fleet is the band.
Okay, who's the singer?
I don't know their names. They're like
That's a girl.
They're brothers. It's not a girl.
Wait, that's not a girl.
Yeah, but I saw you had a Led Zeppelin shirt on today.
Yeah, I'd fuck with them heavy.
You fuck with Led Zeppelin?
I love their first album for sure.
What's your favorite Led Zeppelin song?
Stairway to Heaven.
Oh, yeah. You look so proud. You went Stairway to Heaven.
I swear I didn't buy these sweatpants and shirt at Target because they matched blue.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, like I actually got this at a Led Zeppelin show.
At that show?
Yeah,
the one in 1971.
Yeah, I got this at there. Well, they did a Run It Back tour. They called it.
Oh, okay.
So it was like a reincarnation of like their old tour from '71, and then they did it 2016, I think it was.
Yeah,
it was like right before I moved into the Scuff House.
Okay, you were just in there.
Yeah, I went with a few old rock buddies.
Mm-hmm. I get that.
Yeah, some of the guys from my old band. I was the drummer. But yeah, it's a pretty old shirt.
I feel like you practiced that. I feel like
I can't believe, dude. When I was listening to Greta Van Fleet, I was like, oh, this is a female. It sounds like a female, right? The female lead singer.
It sounds like. To me, they sound exactly like Led Zeppelin.
What was the album? The Battle at the Garden's Gate. Battle at Garden's Gate. Dude, what?
Dude, there's some really good songs in there.
I don't want to play it on here, but it's like I have to refresh myself or refresh my mind to be like, no, that was like I wasn't tripping. Okay, now that I listen to it, it's like, no, that's not a girl.
He sounds just like Robert Plant to me.
Maybe there was. Yeah, no.
I love that fucking song.
I thought it was a girl for some reason.
Yeah,
I did. It's
a high pitched singing, high pitched dude.
It was very nostalgic for me. Yeah, I have mine this week, and it's nothing like yours. Okay, and I don't know how I randomly thought of it. Wait till the end. Yeah, we'll wait till the end. But my shit's gonna start a revolution.
Oh shit!
It's that fucking. He almost kind of raps like some shit HECZ would listen to.
Yeah.
So it's like, I know most of the people that listen to it are going to be like, ugh. Especially this day and age. But there was a point in time,
you know what Hector told me? Hector admitted it. He admitted it to my face. I don't know if he's going to get mad that I said this. But I was like, I can't believe you like A$AP Rock. Like A$AP Rock, sorry, because I know he's very talented, but like can't listen.
I mean,
to
how talented is he though?
I mean, everything he says rhymes, and he uses extreme like vocab.
So I mean, yeah, he's talented.
So it's talent, but it's like you can't bump it on the way to
anything.
Anything.
The only time you can bump A$AP Rock is when you're going to an A$AP Rock show.
Yeah, you might be right. And he was like, and so I told him, or I said something to him, and he was like, bro, you want to know the craziest thing? It's like, I liked A$AP Rock, but as soon as I heard that my friends didn't like him, it made me like him more. And that's why I love him. It's because none of my friends like him.
So HECZ is the only one, even in his high school,
his like Villains crew, like. That's why, and I was like, I love the pettiness. I was like, so you went from like kind of liking him to having his albums on your walls because just to like piss your friends off, and he was like,
and I guess he actually does. I thought you were gonna say he doesn't really like him.
No, he likes him.
No,
I guess he has his shit memorized.
I'm wondering. See, I was wondering. Yeah, How do you even memorize that? There's like no like rhythm to it.
Yeah,
so
he doesn't ride the beat.
Yeah.
He's doing slam poetry over a beat.
Yeah.
OpTic major, top to major, right. But
I was
major.
I was wondering if HECZ even listened to him unless he was doing an Instagram story or riding with us. Like if he knew one of us was gonna be in his car, I feel like he purposely would put some shit like that on.
Cue up the ASAP.
Yeah,
dude. I've always said the craziest part about Hex, like the most psychotic part, is that he doesn't listen to new music. Like no new music comes out, and he like listens to it. He doesn't listen to new albums. He doesn't listen. He doesn't have an artist that's still like making music that he enjoys.
I don't even know the latest artists I've ever, or not artists, but like, I guess artists and the music they've put out. What the latest person would be like?
See, I think he would like
not even like early 2000s.
Yeah, I think he would like the new group. That they went viral for the free. Yeah. I think he would like them. They're called Coast Contra, East Coast Contra or something. Coast Contra, something like that. I think he would fuck with them because it's basically like very 90s Wu-Tang inspired. Yeah. Dude, do you follow Anthony Fantano? Anthony Fantano, right?
I don't know who that is.
Bald guy who does album reviews.
Fuck.
You should follow him. He's pretty fucking funny. And I used to be the biggest hater.
Wait, does he wear glasses?
Yeah.
Nah. I've seen him on TikTok. He's a Drake hater.
Yeah,
right?
he is a Drake hater.
Dude, I can't. If you're a Drake hater, it's like, okay, you don't really get it then. So it's like everything you say
it's
is
like
now
nothing. Yeah.
Everything you say now is like sort of invalid to me because I just know you don't actually get it.
It's funny though because I also think Drake stans are annoying. Like how academics.
Yeah, they are.
I'm talking about like stands, like Stanley. I mean, we are very big fans. Let's not. But like Drake could put out him going, and academics would be like, "That's the best thing I ever heard."
Academics is a Drake stan?
Yes.
Oh shit, I don't know.
He's a Drake stan.
I don't listen to him too much.
He's a Drake stan so much where Drake had to be like, "Yo."
Really?
I think I could be messing that all up, but that's how Anthony. I used to hate on Anthony's fans.
I do.
Stamos.
I don't even know who. Yeah. When you said the name, I didn't know him. But then when you said he's a bald guy who does album reviews, I was like, I'm pretty sure I've seen that guy on TikTok.
Yeah.
But he only caught my attention because it was like listing albums and he was saying like overrated or like good or something like that, and it was like some Drake album or Drake's. Maybe it was just Drake himself. He was like overrated. Or maybe he was reviewing. He also reviews other reviewers.
Yeah.
And I think they were saying
he reacts to other
he
reviewers.
Says L or W.
Yeah.
That's what pissed me off. Because I think they were hyping up, some other reviewers were hyping up Drake or saying like, Drake, this album, it was good or something. And he was like, L take. I was like, you're a fucking idiot. I don't know. I don't like him.
You're a nerd.
I don't like him for some reason.
You could just tell he listens to Kendrick all day, every day.
Yeah, he's one of those.
I'm just kidding. Kendrick's. Did you ever listen to Kendrick's last album?
I mean, his last few, it's like, I feel like I stopped listening. Not stopped listening to. What's the like Blacker the Berry, or was that the name of a song? There was one album.
I thought it was Damn.
Damn was the last album I listened to, like, and was like, this shit's hard as fuck. I think that was his last
album, right?
No, he's come out with a few, I think.
I thought it was Damn, and then the one that just came out
with. I know he came out with like an untitled album with like a bunch of untitled songs. Untitled.
Wait, no, that was way before. I was working at Walgreens. I was working at Walgreens when that came out.
The untitled shit?
Yeah, because that was like.
Oh, it was Black Panther, the album.
Oh, I forgot.
I like listened to that, and I was like, all right,
Panther
it's
stuff.
like pretty good music, but I'll probably never listen to it again.
Yeah, some of those songs bang though.
And then, Damn, I fucked with
Bro,
heavy.
I will
in
never.
the Scuff House.
I will literally never forget the first time hearing DNA. Like, I can't really listen to it now because it's been so fucking overplayed.
I'm trying to think I heard it in my... Bro, I used to blast
I was
that.
listening to it in the shower. I had a JBL speaker on in the shower, and I just kind of was like running through the songs. And then at the very end of Damn, when it like starts going...
I got... Or
no, that's...
DNA.
Yeah. Sorry, at the very end of DNA. But how does the end go when like the 808s just go crazy? Yeah. Dude, I was in the shower doing this. Fuck it.
Yeah. I will
literally never forget when that song came out.
Yeah, I don't think how this dropped. I remember listening to that on my big ass speakers when I was like making music and shit. And I had those loud ass speakers in my room.
Oh, the big yellow ones?
Dude, that shit was insane.
You motherfuckers can't tell me nothing.
I fucked with this album heavy.
What's a song that when it comes on, you get
all of these songs are good.
No, damn it.
Damn is a fucking... Damn's like
classic.
A classic.
It's a classic.
It's fucking amazing.
It's so fucking good.
Then the Black Panther album didn't release, and Mr. Moral and the Big Steppers. I'd listened through it, and then I just don't think
it's very like an introspective album. It's not like there's not like banger. There's the first track goes crazy. It's a banger. I think.
Heart Part 5.
The Heart Part 5 is crazy.
Is it?
Have you seen
lyrically?
Have you seen the music video for it? He does like deep fakes. He turns himself into like Will Smith.
Oh, I did see that.
You did see that? Yeah, that he just raps.
Wasn't the Heart used to be like a Drake diss? Or am I tripping?
No.
Like, didn't Kendrick and Drake have a little beef at one point?
I bet you they still do.
Yeah. Yeah, they haven't done anything together.
Never.
Like, they don't mention each other.
Not since
ow, man.
Not since fucking what they did that one. They did like a sex song together, didn't they?
They did a sex song together.
Oh wait, maybe I'm thinking of J. Cole and Drake. No, they did something together, and it's like a sex song. Hold on, let me figure it out. But yeah, there's a station on YouTube, Poetic Justice.
Drake was on that?
Yeah, Drake's on that. And Kendrick is on the interlude to Buried Alive.
That's crazy, actually.
Yeah, so like that was the last time. Dude, Take Care is perfect.
Take Care is a great
album. I don't give a
fuck
what
What did I tweet? I said, oh, it's okay if people listening to this are probably so sick of it. I said, it's okay if Drake's not your favorite rapper, but just admit that he's the greatest rapper of all time. That's a fair statement, right?
Yeah.
Who would be better? But then you got which.
It's funny because I think there are arguments. There are sound arguments, but then there are people that respond that everyone else is like, okay, let's rein it. Because some people will be like, NF.
No.
And you're like, no. Well, no.
Fuck no.
No.
But then some people will be like Jadakiss, and I've heard Jadakiss even say, and maybe he might have been with like Styles P, or maybe Styles P said it. He even said that if you don't write like 100% of your lyrics, like you can't even be talked about in that category. I was like, why?
Dude, I saw. Have you ever watched Math Hoffa's podcast?
A little bit.
So I forgot who was on, but basically he had somebody on that is a notorious ghostwriter. Like that's what he does. And he was like
You don't remember his name?
I can't remember his. I should know his name, but I totally forgot who it was. It might be somebody like super famous too. I'm not
Young
sure.
Berg.
What?
Young Berg.
Young Bird.
Berg.
No, maybe I don't know.
Okay.
But basically, he was saying like that's what I do as a full time. Like I used to try to make it as a rapper, but
Might have been Young Berg.
It might be. He was like, it's very hard to make it as a rapper, and I was making my own music and stuff, but then I can get paid 4 times as much to write for someone else. And it's like 4 times as much to write for someone else. And then he said,
Hitmaker.
I don't. I'm telling you, I have no idea. Because I just had it on in the background, and he said at one point, I'll never forget this. He said, I know artists. I have written for artists that it would make people cry if they knew I wrote for their artist. And I was at that point, I was like, holy shit.
Was it this guy?
Yeah, him.
Hitmaker. AKA Young Berg.
Young Berg.
He used to be like a joke in the rap scene. He'd get his chain snatched.
Really?
Everyone thought he was like this soft kid trying to like be
a rapper,
hood and like have chains and tattoo and like face tats and like. But yeah, he used to get like robbed and shit. But he actually, I think he had like a few you would probably know one of his songs.
I probably would. Like I said, I had the podcast on in the background. I wasn't doing research or anything.
Yeah, he's trying to think of one of his.
But in that podcast, the one you were just showing me.
I'm not even gonna play his shit.
Yeah. But in that podcast, the one you were just showing me, he literally says like, or one of them say, I know the industry well enough that like I know people like maybe it was Mickey Fax that was saying this. He's like, people would cry if you found out that I wrote for your favorite artist, and I did write for your favorite artist, and it's like, and I've thought about that ever since he said it, because like some of the Drake shit is like, yes, I know he doesn't write, like I know he didn't write a lot of his like ballads and shit, like fine.
Or like
who the fuck cares? If he didn't write his AM and PM series, then I would be pissed.
Like I was running through the 6 with my woes. Like he didn't write that part. Okay. And it was like, I don't really care about that.
Care about his hooks. I don't care about his hooks.
I don't really care about that.
And like the
thing is no rapper that's on top. Sure, like the Jadakisses and the Styles P might write their own hooks, but like no one gives a fuck about their hooks.
Eminem, like people will talk about Eminem, but like usually when Eminem, he gives a lot of credit to people who write his hooks, or he lets them write his own hooks. But it's like, the fucking what is the song he did with Rihanna? Burn this house down.
Eminem and Rihanna.
And put the pants.
You just make up a whole new song. Burn this house down.
I'll tie her to the bed and set this house on fire. And
Eminem, Rihanna.
Forgot.
Where's Matt Craig when we need?
Where is Matt?
They got a lot of songs. They got Love the Way You Lie. Love the Way You Lie. They got. Oh man.
Damn.
The Monster. And that's on Marshall Mathers LP too. Which kind of pisses me off that they got a banger. They got.
I like Marshall Mathers LP too. I know you don't like it.
I don't, man. I love the way you lie.
So that song, Rihanna didn't write the hook. Eminem didn't write the hook. It was another lady that wrote the hook. And then she wrote another hook for another Eminem song. And she was like, well, who do you want on this one? Like, who do you want? And he was like, oh, I want you on this one. So it's like, he gives a lot of.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So like the ghostwriter, I forgot her name. She's super famous now. But whoever, because, she does a bunch of like singing in the pop industry. But yeah, like that's what I think of that about Mickey Fax saying that all the time. It's like, who is a rapper that if you found out they weren't writing their own?
I don't think there is one.
I think
unless it's like unless it's a lot of their actual lyrics, like their bars, or like sometimes the shit I'll hear Drake say, or it's like I feel like you can just tell what he did right, maybe didn't right.
By the way, he wrote that 8 a.m. track that 21 Savage does.
Yeah,
he 100% wrote it. He 100%.
It kind of pissed me off Drake wasn't on it, because every time I see 8 a.m., 9 p.m., 3 a.m., 5 p.m., 6 a.m.,
no, you know it's going crazy.
Yeah,
I
was kind of pissed when he wasn't on it.
But he just did the Bridal Path one, Brittle Path. I don't know. He just did that one on his last album, so he's not going to do another one this close.
It's like a 5-year.
It is. It's like a fucking
every 3 to 5 years.
But like, give that address to your driver, make it your destination. Like, that shit is so hard.
21 say that?
No, I just started thinking of the Bridal Path one. But yeah, if you listen to the 21 Savage like 8 a.m. track, it's 100%.
What if it's not though?
100% Drake wrote it.
I mean, you can probably look it up.
Maybe.
Do they have that?
Because it doesn't even sound like 21 Savage's flow. It sounds like 21 Savage has a very unique flow. And it's not like that at all. It's almost as if they did it on purpose, in my opinion. I think I'm thinking too far into it.
Oh, yeah. Like, what if 21 Savage just wrote it, and it's like
he didn't
you're that
it.
guy doing a YouTube review.
There's a fucking football scheme in it.
Then it's 21 Savage doesn't write his own lyrics.
There's a football scheme in that.
I mean, I would not be surprised at all. Drake writes for a lot of people.
Yeah,
and
Drake wrote "Father Stretch My Hands," didn't he? He wrote.
I think he might
which is fucking absurd.
Yeah, he's wrote for Kanye. Fucking. Apparently, he's wrote for a lot of people. He's even said it because he's like kind of addressed the ghostwriting shit, and it's so annoying. Like, I'm fucking tired of dealing with bots. To where when I tweeted that shit about Drake, like, he doesn't have to be your favorite rapper. Just like, can we all admit that he's the best rapper of all time? Every single reply is just like about him not writing his own shit or something like that. And it's like, dude, do you understand? For one, he doesn't write all of his own shit, but like, no one who does. Any rapper you care about doesn't. Yeah. Like, everyone has a whole team sort of in the studio with them, and it's like they're friends, or someone might say something, or they're like imagine if I was a rapper and I'm in the studio and like you and Bose and fucking just random people from OpTic, random friends, like they're in there with me. It's like someone's gonna say something, and it's like, yo, you should do this or say this or something like that. Like, it's just gonna fucking happen. But literally every single reply to it was just like something about him not writing his own shit. And it's like, dude, there's not a single rapper that you care about that does write every single thing.
Yeah. Dude, I said
maybe like
shit.
a Jadakiss or something, but I don't know. But it's like no one cares about him. No one talks about him like that.
Yeah.
As far as like best rapper of all time. I need a haka loogie.
That's gross. Well, I got to tell you guys that this episode of the Flycast is brought to you by Pringles. As you can see, Alan is back again with Pringles cans on his hands, Alan. He can't even move because he wants that good, beautiful cheddar cheese taste of Pringles. Do you need a gaming challenge? Try playing with your hand stuck in a Pringles can. No.
Oh.
It's a new way to unlock a new level of difficulty in any game and a new way to enjoy the Pringles you already reach for in between matches.
Facts.
See how you stack up when you're stuck in. Pringles. Get stuck in.
Get stuck in. I like that.
So there is not to get back to it, there's not a rapper out there at all that you would be hurt if they didn't write their own.
No.
See, for me, there are a few for me. First of all, if I found out, because when he said your favorite rapper, you would cry if you realized your favorite rapper, like I wrote for your favorite rapper, I started thinking, who would I be very upset about?
Depends how much and what. Like, if there's certain songs where it's like, I gotta go back. If I found out Drake didn't write a single lyric for Wu-Tang Forever, I'd be upset.
If I found out Lil Wayne didn't rap a lot of No Ceilings, I would be very upset. I would be super upset.
I feel like Lee does though.
I feel like he does too.
I would be upset.
We are so ready for the war. CARTER. Put the beat in BR.
I don't think anyone could actually rap that though, besides Lil Wayne, or write
exactly.
that.
That's what
Even
I'm saying.
though he doesn't write it.
There's just so many little
he punches in as well. Like, he doesn't write.
But he doesn't. He does punch in, but he kind of raps a little bit like Jay-Z too, where it's just like from what I've heard in interviews and shit, it's like he'll think like 4-6 bars ahead.
Yeah. I mean, Drake always praises him as well, saying like his technique, and it's just like insane how he punches in like that and just has 8 bars just
ready.
back to back to back to back.
Just ready to go.
There's no fucking way I'd be able to do it.
Yeah.
What's been going on in life?
Oh man, it's been fucking busy. It's been so busy, dude.
We had
the off season has been extremely busy because
is that like your? Do you mean the cod off season or like your off season?
Their cod off season. Because I mean at OpTic obviously we everything is kind of centered around the Call of Duty side of things. You know, we have a bunch of other esports and a bunch of creators and stuff, but you know, as far as like
OpTic's Call of Duty.
Yeah, OpTic is a Call of Duty brand. So like we're you know, that's the only time where you know, other shit is like we really have to hone in on other shit during the off season because, you know, whenever the CDL matches start, like that's when everything is like all dialed.
Do you know when they do start?
Yeah, so I don't think there are CDL matches before Raleigh. And Raleigh is December 16th. But dude, my next couple weeks are crazy.
Are you traveling or you just got to do
so
hosting 5 tournaments?
No, I'm done with tournaments. Actually, no, I'm not.
No?
I have a bunch. I have Warzone tournaments. I'm done with multiplayer tournaments, but I have Warzone tournaments lined up. But besides that, in December, so my mom's coming here for Thanksgiving. Then she leaves. Then we go to a trip. We go to a creator trip.
Yeah.
We come back from that creator trip.
That'll be fun. I'm kind of excited.
Yeah, that'll be really fun. Then the day we get back, I fly to Arizona to go to Hudson's wedding. Congratulations, Hudson. I love you. Then fly back here. Then fly to Vegas for esports awards. Then fly from esports awards to North Carolina for the CDL Raleigh.
Yeah, HECZ. I feel like was this your first like crazy year?
What do you mean?
Feel like you have flown non-fucking stop the last like 6 months.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I flew a lot when I was doing Vision. A lot.
Yeah.
But then when I stopped doing Vision, I stopped. But yeah, and this like, ever since like being creative director, yeah. I mean, because basically if HECZ can't be there, I'm the person that is there. So like when HECZ isn't at an event, I'm at the event. And then a lot of times, like if it's a big event, we both go and, you know, shit like that. So
yeah. Told me about the esports awards. He's like, yo, you're going. I was like, I am not accepting anything.
Yeah.
Just know that.
Yeah. He told me
He was like, come on, man, redeem yourself. I was like, no, man, fucking no. There's plenty of other people that can do the job.
Yeah. So if I think if Formal wins, I'll accept it because Matt's not going.
Wait, what's Formal gonna?
Controller player of the year. Controller. I mean, dude, we have
There's no other controller players there.
I mean, I think Renegade's up there. There's a few people up there. Yeah, but Simp. I think Simp might be up there again.
Gonna win.
I don't know. I hope so.
Why is Formal not forced to this shit?
That's true. Because he has to prepare for another tournament.
What tournament?
There's a tournament in December.
Oh.
The OpTic Invitational.
No. He's gonna fucking win that. What else are we in? We're OpTic in.
So there's an episode of The Process, or maybe The Process as a whole, that's up for creative piece. There's or merchandise of the year. We're up for merchandise of the year. We're up for esports org of the year. Team Summertime is up for creative team or content team of the year.
Imagine y'all won.
Dude, it's us versus OTK and 100 Thieves.
Yeah, but isn't OTK canceled or some shit?
True.
So you might. Oh shit, 100 Thieves.
We have to cancel them. How do we do it?
I know some shit.
I thought first of all, when I saw everyone else that was applied for or that was nominated for content team, I was like, what? It's not a content team. That's a fucking esports org.
Like 100 Thieves.
Yeah, that's an esports
literally
org.
Yeah, that is kind of fucked, isn't it?
Like offline TV, I understand. OTK, I understand. But like, I think we're up against like Loud, like all of Brazil.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like, and the esports org.
TST versus all of Brazil.
It's. I was like, wait, how did? So I was like, well, that should have been OpTic. Like instead of us,
Yeah,
like OpTic would have had a chance.
That's kind of weird.
But whatever. I mean, we got nominated. So.
It's like there's no. Yeah, what the fuck is that? Because if it was actually like there would be like a fair chance if it was
right.
You
hey, who knows? Appalachian State beat Michigan. We can do it.
Who?
College football.
Some college shit.
Yeah.
I watched the Cowboys game last night, and for some reason I actually was pissed.
Why?
I don't know if I'm becoming a Dallas fan or it's because like I know Dalton.
Oh, they lost?
Yeah, and I know Dalton Schultz, and it's like they were up 14 points in the fourth quarter. Of course, who the fuck were they playing? Cowboys versus
Packers.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers. And we're up 14 in the fourth quarter, and of course we just fucking fail and lose somehow.
They did lose?
We lost in overtime. But it's just like, and I was like genuinely upset. And I was like, am I a sports guy now? I kind of want to go to a game.
You're a sports guy.
A cold fucking Dallas Cowboys game. That'd be fun. I actually want to go to one. And I don't know if it's because maybe Dalton Schultz is on the team and like he supports us, so it's like I kind of support him. I kind of want to get a jersey.
A Schultz jersey?
Dalton Schultz jersey?
Yeah.
Pull up to a Dallas game with a Schultz jersey. I might become a football guy at this point. Just force myself into it.
It's fun, man. It's fun. Apparently, who is like crushing it this year? Oh, the Eagles are crushing it this year.
Really?
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah, aren't they fucking?
That's why Seth's so fucking happy. I think they're undefeated. Or last I checked, they were undefeated. I don't know. But he was at the offseason just watching the game on his phone.
When you say at the offseason or the
offseason event.
Okay.
Yeah, the event.
Yeah, how was that? I wanted to ask you about this. What does it take? I forget. I think I even said this last week. But like, what the fuck does it take to run a tournament? Because this is almost, you've been doing like online stuff and like online tournaments and blah, blah, blah. But what was it like to put together your own little MLG?
I think it probably took years off of my life. Like, no joke.
Do you think you were in a position of like a Sundance or Adam Apicella of like what it takes for them?
I don't know. Or
was it even harder because yours was like smaller? But it's like you kind of had to do it all yourself, sort of.
Yeah, it was definitely, I mean, there was so much pressure on myself and Corey Dunn. I mean, Corey Dunn, like, ran, I mean, it wouldn't have happened without him. But, like, in order to get, like, you have this massive, this crazy idea, and I pitched the idea to our sales team, like, right after the OpTic major. This one. And I was like, yo, I have this idea. I usually wait till 2 months before the off season, the Call of Duty off season to start getting like funding and stuff in order to throw online tournaments. I was like, but this year I'd like to throw something with like spectator passes. And I'd want to keep it like retro theme because like it's always a throwback. So I was like, what's better than I pitched a Black Ops 2 invitational, a Halo 3 invitational, and an open tournament for Super Smash Bros. Melee. I was like, because Melee's on the GameCube, the other two are on the Xbox 360. They all came out early 2000s, with the exception of Black Ops 2. But I was like, I think that would be perfect. And then from that moment on, it's like stress. And that's like 7 months before it happens.
Yeah, because I remember you asking about yo, would you want to play in a Halo 3 like throwback invitational? I was like, I don't know, maybe. It's like, all right, well, and you were trying to figure it out with everyone else.
Yeah.
But it was like, I don't know how many people would have like flew out here. So you were trying to get people, I guess, that live in Texas, but it was like right around Worlds.
Yeah, you just can't.
It just wasn't gonna.
Because there was Orlando.
But I remember you asked me like 2-3 months just ahead of that.
Yeah.
Like trying to get it together.
Because we needed the funding for it. Because Pringles came through. Love me some Pringles, by the way. Pringles came through for Black Ops 2, and they apparently
spit again. I'm listening.
Mr. P was there. He loved the Black Ops 2 event, or they all loved the Black Ops 2 event. And then Jack Links, Jack Links wanted to. I think they actually came to that was already set in stone.
You tweet
to do a Jack Links Black or a Melee tournament, so it all kind of worked together that way.
When you tweet out, I saw you or we can get back to the off-season tournament, but like when you tweet out, would any companies be interested in like sponsoring this? I think it was like
that was for
something with the flank or something.
Yeah, I was trying to do something.
Like, do companies actually like?
Yeah,
really like DM you or something?
Yeah, some like small. Usually if I'm desperate enough to tweet it out, usually I'm just looking for like small. Like I'm looking for like $1,500 or like $3,000 to like throw something like a show match or something.
Yeah.
But like in order to do something like this, we got to pitch everything.
Yeah.
Like we're going because also we wanted to find companies that like fit the theme. So like we were going to Dunkaroos and Capri Sun and like different like things that you would drink as a kid or like things that would happen as a kid. But like Pringles works
smart.
Pringles works perfectly because like who doesn't eat Pringles and play video games? So that just worked perfectly.
Yeah.
And then, but in order to throw it, I mean,
besides having to contact all these players, figure out their
travel,
their
travel,
hotel. And
to figure out travel, hotel, who's going to be teaming, and then to get the talent there as well, pay the talent like the casters, and then get their travel and their hotel as well. I mean, that shit racks up. Like Ludwig, his team threw an invitational the next weekend, like the very next weekend of the off season, and he went on. I mean, he's very open and shit, and he said that his Smash tournament lost because the sponsor pulled out, but he kept the tournament going. Lost him $150,000.
Damn,
$150,000. And so I was.
So he did the same thing. Of like invited like the best.
Yeah.
Paid for their travel.
So we invited 8 players. He invited 32.
Damn.
Yeah. And none of our sponsors pulled out. So we weren't profitable either. We went negative like not that much. Enough where it was like it was a really good first tournament, and now people can kind of understand what the off season will be, or it's a retro gaming.
So maybe some more money next time,
right? So next time maybe spectators will be like, oh shit, like that was a lot of fun last year. Now I'll go, and they'll buy passes, and it was a really good first event. I think everyone had a lot of fun, but just because there's an event doesn't mean you're gonna get paid.
Like
a lot
you didn't
of money.
walk away with a fat check.
No, I walked away with a lot of years off my life.
Yeah,
but I had.
See, this is interesting, and this is why I want to talk about it, because like no one, I mean, I don't know if fucking Sundance or Adam or any of these event runners have like actually sat down and like talked about how this shit even happens. So it's like it's even interesting for me to hear.
Yeah,
like even so you have the players. How long in advance did you have to talk to the venue?
Well,
or
luckily,
very
luckily, and this is where we have a little bit of an advantage, is we own esports stadium.
Yeah.
Esports Stadium Arlington. So I don't know.
OpTic owns it?
Yeah. And I don't know what part of the venue fee or whatnot. Like, I'm sure it's just waived especially for a charity tournament for OpTic events. But like if somebody else booked it, then there's but that doesn't mean, but we also still have to pay for production. We have to pay for concessions and security and parking and a lot of the staff that is there, like that's all paid work. So that's all money that goes in. Then on top of it, I mean, I think I don't know. We might have to cut some of this. I don't know, but I think it ends up the off season, which was a small tournament in comparison to a lot of like think about PAX or DreamHack and how big these things are. Like the off season costs like 200K or something like that to run, which is insane. Like that's fucking crazy. That's even like I'm talking like total.
I mean, it's like you're kind of running a $200,000 event.
So I mean, but it makes it a lot easier to do it for charity because like sponsors will be way more inclined to be like, oh, it's a charity thing. Like, yeah, let's do it. And then like, you know, it also is it's way less, you know, on the players, like they have a fun time competing, but also in the back of their minds, they know it's a charity tournament. Like that's why Seth's up there playing and watching.
I mean, Crim 6 isn't fucking.
But none of them are sandbagging. Yeah. They're going
I'm saying
hard.
Crim 6 ain't there for charity.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He's not there for charity. He doesn't care how much money we raise at the end of the night. But regardless, you know, as far as it does lighten the mood of everything.
Yeah.
So I can't imagine what Sundance. I bet you Sundance, Adam, Chris Puckett, like I bet you they have had some like hard weekends.
Because like at a charity or a charity event, it's not like, oh, if something bad happens or some kind of mess up, it's like, oh, that's a charity event.
Yeah,
like we're just here to have a good time. That's all. That's pretty much the goal. Is like everyone have a good time, some nostalgia happening, some donations, talking to chat. Just having a good time. But yeah, I can't imagine if something like you're investing so much money into like say a MLG or something and like something fucks up. It's like,
dude, I can't even imagine. Like remember those MLGs we would go to and there would be bomb threats? And now Friday, a whole day is gone. A whole day because of a bomb threat. So you're out of the venue for 4 hours, 5 hours. So a whole day of competition is gone. Now you got to fit an entire weekend of competition into 2 days and deal with the bomb threat. Like you have to up security. You have to contact the local police department. And you have to say, hey, if there's a bomb threat, just know somebody's just messing. Like all of that is like, that has to be so hard. Like I can't imagine what like they've had to deal with, especially in like serious tournaments. But yeah, I hope. I mean, the off season was a lot of fun. The Black Ops 2 thing went very smoothly. I learned a lot. So I'm hoping that we can do it again next year. It's in a lot of our sponsor decks for next year from our sales team. So, you know, the plan right now is to have this a yearly thing, and then hopefully next year I can include Halo. Because I'd love to bring back like what we did for COD, where we brought back like old rosters or old players and retired players. Like I'd love to do that for Halo. I'd love to have Tuger and Strongside and Walsh up there and like,
or get both the Ogre twins or something.
Yeah, like imagine Roy came back, played with Lunch, like that shit. I mean, shit like that would be so much fun because they would talk shit and have a lot of fun doing it.
It'd be super fun. Yeah, I wanted to talk about this. I didn't know how to fucking segue into it, but figured it out. What about all the equipment? So there's the staff, inviting all the players, the venue, and then what about? I know you were searching on Craigslist or something, or you tweeted out if someone has the old TVs. Around Texas. What about like so much. What about like all the did you have to hire a team to take care of all the audio shit?
The audio.
Like so, the streaming, all the
that's all
mixers
Corey.
And the
Corey was like, dude, we'll never do a classic one again because he has to, which we are going to.
What do you mean a classic one?
Like a retro game. Like, because it's all on Xbox 360s. And people were like, why don't you just use Xbox Ones? And me being a fucking stubborn ass was like, but I want it to be.
Yeah, that kind of like ruins
it. Right. I want it to be on the original console. Like, that's kind of the whole point. And so in order to run it on Xbox 360, you have to have the right Xboxes, the Xbox 360s with the HDMI in the back instead of like, because some of them, when 360s came out, there was only component cables. So like you have to have the right Xboxes, and then you have to have the right mix.
So you made his, and he.
I made his life hell. But I think we both learned. I learned a lot. I'm sure he already knew it, but he knows what we have to do going forward. Like instead of like 3 months of prep, like we have to have like 6 months of prep. We have to get everything. But there's the Smash side of the bracket, or the open bracket for Melee. There's a organization or a company called Tourney Locator, and they run a bunch of Smash tournaments in the Dallas scene, and so they ran the whole bracket. So they had the connects to a guy. There's just some guy that collects CRT TVs, and so there's a whole U-Haul that came down,
really?
and they unloaded all the CRT TVs.
Oh, so you didn't have to go and get some fucking.
No. There's guy. That's how.
There was
Smash.
A guy. There was an old TV guy. You just hit.
There's
up.
an old TV guy, and apparently he rents them out for like $5 a day.
Oh, really?
And that's how like Smash tournaments like run. It's like there's guys that collect CRT TVs.
Damn,
and then
that would be so fun.
They also Tourney Locator, the guy who owns the Tourney Locator, runs a retro gaming shop, and so he has a lot of Xbox 360s. So they provided the Xbox 360s.
What about the monitors?
The monitors, I'm not sure where I think ESA had the monitors.
Okay.
And then I had to go because we ran a tournament on 360 before, like 3 years ago, and it was impossible to find 360 controllers, especially Scuff controllers, because Scuff completely stopped making them. Like, stopped making them to the point where they put together like Frankenstein controllers. Like, they just threw parts together and sent us everything they had left, and that was 4 years ago. So I was like, I got to find a way for them to be able to play to play on Xbox 360 with their real controllers. So then I had to find these little adapters. They're called like XB. They're called they're Brooks Gaming's. Wingman XBs.
So they could play on their newer stuff controller.
So you plug a Wingman. It's basically like, it looks like a Cronus, but
without
without
laggy?
the hacks. No,
Really?
it only has like 1 millisecond delay, which is crazy. And it's made for fighting games, but you literally just plug it in, and then you can plug your PS4 controller in, and it works. So that's how we got around that. I mean, everything was just like a process. But and then the sales team coming up with the silent auctions, which was like the biggest. That was like the biggest.
What's that? Silent auction?
Yeah, it was like the biggest way we raised money. So like we had a bunch of like Scuff controllers that were signed by different people, and we had I had a couple people that made like custom GameCube controllers or a custom Game Boy Color, and those sold for like ended up getting sold for like $800, $900, and all of that money.
Oh yeah, that's what you were doing on the fucking desk.
Yeah. All of that money went to charity. So like, I don't know. It was definitely an all hands on deck thing, and Atlas, my community manager, he put in fucking the amount of like volunteer work is like, because Atlas worked like I think 80 hours a week on all the graphics.
Some people just love this shit.
On all the graphics and all the banners and everything that was in the venue that made it look like it was. I don't know. And the Smash scene, it was the first time I'd ever done anything outside of FPS, because like I've thrown Fortnite tournaments and Apex tournaments and COD tournaments, and I think a Halo tournament, but like I've never done anything in Melee, and Melee is like my favorite game ever, so that was a lot of fun. But yeah, it was fun. Did you go?
Nah.
Oh, you didn't? I didn't know if you, because I saw a couple people went down day one. I couldn't remember.
Yeah, no. I kind of wanted to go. I like kind of had plans, and I was kind of thinking like, let's just go there. But I didn't end up going.
Yeah.
I should have went, because that was. Yeah, no, I definitely should have went. That was like that's your first real life tournament that you kind of threw, right?
It is.
Would you rather do that again, or keep doing online stuff? Or are you gonna kind of like?
I want the off season to be yearly. I would love for it to be an annual
like
thing.
Multiple a year, or like once.
Just one a year.
Okay.
I would love for it to be one time a year, but we'll see what the we'll see what a lot of it has to do with ticket sales and stuff because, I think a lot of people just didn't understand what the fuck the off season. So like a lot of people came through, or a decent amount of people came through. If it was
more so an event where, and I also think if it's more so an event where like now people know what it is and now people understand how like how just random people from OpTic showing up, the big timers, Scump showing up, and like sort of everyone's there. Like now it might be more so an event where people see it and they're like, oh, that actually might be worth like flying to,
right,
or like planning out. Like I'm sure this time it was probably more local.
Yeah,
just
for sure,
like
local.
we can drive there.
Yeah,
but yeah, it'd be next time. It'd definitely be more. Is this like an investment to where like you threw this together knowing it's not like you're gonna like walk away profiting or whatever, but is it like a next year can be like really big, eventually this could be like big as fuck? Like are you looking at it like that, or are you just like this is a fun?
I'm not looking at it as like I'm looking at it a
fun charity event.
I pretty much focus completely on the charity. I mean, I'd love for it the event to be profitable for the company. I would love that because then they would be more willing to do it every year.
Yeah.
But I focus pretty much solely on the charity and the fun aspect. Like the COD community, besides like the hardcore Call of Duty fans, like they don't really like throwbacks for some fucking reason. But the core of the Call of Duty community, like they love like the casual throwbacks because some people can pop off and like display their skill, and it's cool to see Killa up there. It's cool to see.
I was gonna say, is it true? Did Killa pop off?
Yeah, Killa was frying.
How, man? I don't fucking get it.
So was Big Timer. Big Timer was frying.
Really?
Yeah.
Big Timer, or I think didn't Big Timer shit on JCap or something?
Yeah, he got an ace in like 10 seconds. It was insane.
I don't get how, man. But, like. I don't get how people cannot touch a controller forever.
Yeah,
like I know Big Timer ain't been grinding.
No,
and I think Killa even said he hasn't touched a controller in like forever.
Yeah,
but it's like just for them to come back, and they're competing against like people that have been grinding.
Yeah,
or at least like their lifestyle sort of still revolves around gaming, and they're still picking up the controller.
Seth was saying that like Will hasn't played PC COD. He hasn't played since.
Oh,
so
yeah,
like
he was saying
FPS.
He has an advantage still because he's not used to fucking.
Yes. He's not
Will's
used to
still stuck in 2013.
Exactly. He's not used to dynamic aim assist and fucking 144 frames.
Yeah,
he's used to 60 FPS on a Xbox 360.
Yeah, so when he sits down, he's like not even like complaining or like, damn.
Everybody else is complaining, and he's just like, this feels like
this looks and feels like shit. He's like, what do you mean? This
feels like how
God.
it used to be.
Damn, that's crazy. They show up, they're shitting. I heard Killa was doing well.
Yeah.
And for some reason, I mean, not really for some reason, but for some reason, everyone loves Killa. And I've always loved Killa.
Yeah.
So I was watching a little bit. I saw him doing pretty well. I forget who was saying that Killa was shitting. Big Timer doing his thing. It was fun to see, man. It was especially Black Ops. I feel like if it was like, is there Black Ops 2 on PC that you can play somehow?
Yeah.
Because I feel like it's not the same.
No, it's not the same.
Like it's even playing Halo 3 on MCC. It's like the updated PC, high def, smooth version. It's just not. Sniping's too easy.
See, that's what
BR is too easy.
When we were gonna do,
so it's like even if people are hitting. Back in 2008, if Snipe Down hits a snipe, it's just and then a double kill snipe, but like nowadays, it's like people, if it doesn't look as good, and people like kind of understand it's not even fucking hard to do.
Yeah.
So it's just like, and I imagine Black Ops 2 is sort of the same, like snapping on someone on a 360 or like shitting on someone on a 360. It's just like
so much harder.
Or for some reason, or for actually, it's possible to shit on someone.
Yeah.
Because it's like the aiming's harder, and it was like same for Halo 3 to where it was like if people could get the first shot on you, but if like your BR's on point and they just miss one bullet, like you can do that to, like, you can kind of shit on them, and it's like I don't know, it's just like a different feeling. It's just not the same, and I imagine that's what it's like for Black Ops 2 as well.
That's why if we were going to do Halo 3, which I would love to do Halo 3 again, or even Halo 2, it was going to be on Xbox 360.
Yeah, and people would probably see people's aim and be like, ugh.
Like,
because I even saw I was watching some of the Black Ops 2 gameplay, and it's just not the same aiming.
There's shaky shots.
Yeah, shaky shots. Yeah, for sure. And the same would happen for Halo 3 because it's just totally different. Like the snipes you actually hit would be like would actually be meaningful. And so yeah, if you're doing a throwback, I feel like it's got to be. If next year if there's a Halo 3, it's got to be on the 360.
Yeah, but what I was gonna say is like the Melee community was super. I was very surprised on because like I always
was there a crowd for the Melee stuff?
Yeah. Because the Melee is kind of does things how Halo does, where it's like a majority of the crowd that is there, especially for finals, were participants in the tournament. So it's like, for Halo, they throw an open bracket, everybody gets knocked out, they all watch on Sunday. That's kind of how Smash is. And so for some of these like huge like majors that have like 900 entrants or 1,000 entrants, it's like that's a big crowd on Sunday because they've all been knocked out. And that's kind of how Melee does it. So we had like 100
I was gonna say, what was your bracket?
We had like 150 people. Which is like,
I would still look at that 150 people in a bracket.
Yeah.
See, I would still look at that and be like, damn.
I mean, it's definitely
I would be afraid like 16, 24 people were showing up.
Yeah, it's a success for like our first go at it.
Especially in Smash isn't your like if it's an open Call of Duty tournament, like you're expecting we're in OpTic.
Yeah,
it's OpTic Texas.
Right.
COD kids are gonna show up, but for Smash, it's like. I don't know how much of the Smash community knows Hitch or gives a fuck about OpTic.
They were super accepting too. Like it was. I was very, very shocked because I also did like a wacky thing where it's like a stage that they haven't played in forever was active if we hit a certain milestone.
Oh, really?
So like it's kind of like if I was like if we hit 70,000, then Grand Finals map 1 will be snipes only on Sanctuary.
Yeah,
and it's like. For a lot of Halo people, they'd be like, "Man, I don't want to play snipes only." Yeah. But like, so I was assuming that's how the Melee community was going to be. It's like, man, I don't want to play Mute City, but they actually like loved it. They like loved it. So I don't know. I'm glad because I always do wacky shit for the tournaments. So I'm glad they didn't hate me. But yeah,
shit, that's fucking that's insane, and that's crazy to see you doing that now.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, good shit, man. You want to get my
let's hear this album. This is Pouring Rain.
Album of the week. My album of this week's gonna start a revolution.
Let's hear it.
But there's also, I would say, 95% of the people who even give this a chance, they're gonna listen to it and be like, they're gonna be like, what the fuck is this? Like, Maniac, like I can't listen to this shit. All right, so my album of this week, I kind of forget the name of it. It's because I haven't listened to it since like 2007.
Okay.
My shit's not loading, so I'm gonna talk more about how back in 2007 I used to listen to it, and it's still not loading. But it's like a revolutionary. All right, it loaded. Oh, it's called Revolutionary Volume 1 by Immortal Technique.
Oh, I should have known this.
If you don't know about Immortal Technique, you got to get to know about Immortal Technique. This is when I listened to this little, I guess, sort of backstory. When I listened to this was like at the time in my life, I was probably like 17, and I was getting into like 9/11 conspiracies and all this fucking weird shit that like Immortal Technique sort of talks about. This album came out in 2005. I don't even know if he like speaks on like September 11th or anything like that. But that's sort of what this dude's. Once you listen to the lyrics that this guy says, it's like you're gonna realize he's sort of like he wants a fucking revolution. He doesn't trust the government.
Yeah,
it's like all about that. And so give this album a chance. It's called Revolutionary Volume 1 by Immortal Technique. If you don't know, now you know. There's a song on here, 17 songs. There's a song on here called Dance with the Devil, and it's a fucking insane story.
Yeah.
But listen to that. This guy's very, the word I'm looking for.
Introspective.
He's something.
He's
you just gotta listen to it. Revolutionary Volume 1 by Immortal Technique. This has been the Flycast. Thank you all for watching. Episode 1972 in the can. Matt, play that banger I made back in the day.